So today I'm going to show you how to get the perfect sear on a scallop without burning it, overcooking it. Just a nice color, nice crust. It's quite simple. There are a number of little steps, but they're all insanely easy to do. And once you do this one time and just follow the step-by-step instructions, it's like you'll never forget it. It's not a complicated thing to do. It just has to be done right. There's a lot of little things that might seem like it's overkill, or I'm being picky about it, or you don't have to. You can skip that step, but I'm just telling you, all of these little steps are essential to getting what you want. So I've got 4 pretty big scallops here. The bigger the better, in my opinion. I know it's not always cheap. Mind you, these 4 scallops were $13. I don't know if they had a sale or what, but it's pretty awesome. So the first thing you're going to want to do is every scallop, get it to the camera, every scallop has a muscle, okay? It's this little piece over here. I just kind of picked it off. It's kind of easy to locate. You want to take that off the scallop and chuck it. Just throw it away. It's too chewy. It's not good to eat, okay? So we're going to do that for all 4. Again, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but it's quite easy to locate it. And if you can't really tell where it is, just Google a picture of a scallop muscle and you'll see it. Every single one has one, and it comes off very easily. You don't have to cut it. You don't have to do anything. Just peel it off. Okay, so the next thing, and in my opinion, probably the most important thing, in terms of the sear, is patting these things completely dry with a paper towel. So they've been at room temperature for about half hour. You want to take them out of the fridge at least about 20 minutes, half hour before you do this, so that if they're really, really cold, the pan's going to be super, super hot. So the contrast in temperature could burn the scallop. So these have been out for 30 minutes. You're going to take each one. You're going to take a paper towel, and literally the top, the bottom, the sides, everything. You don't want to squish the scallop because you want to keep its form, but it is super, super important to get every little bit of moisture out of that scallop, because if there's any moisture, it's going to have a reaction to the oil and it's not going to sear properly. In fact, it could completely kill the sear altogether. So we're going to go ahead and do that to all 4. Again, it does not take long, simple thing to do. But super, super important. You want to change the towel here and there, because after a couple scallops, that towel is moist. So then you're kind of just drying a scallop with a moist towel, and that's just kind of counterintuitive a little bit. All right. So now that's done, we have 4 very nice scallops. We took the muscles off and they are patted dry. Oh yeah, another reason why we really want to pat it dry is we're about to season these things. And again, if there's some moisture, the seasoning will slide off or it won't stick to it perfectly. And seasoning is very, very important. It's quite simple. We're going to do salt and pepper, and I'm going to do garlic powder as well because I love garlic. It's up to you. I guess the traditional way is just kind of salt and pepper, but you can also do whatever you want. I mean, if you want ground oregano on your scallops or cumin or whatever, anything, you can go ahead and do it. But this is what I do. So we're going to go ahead. I like to season from up top. Gordon Ramsay teaches this. The higher you do it, the better chance you have of every little tiny part of the scallop catching the seasoning. Again, it's just salt and pepper, and I mean, again, you can do whatever you want. I'm quite liberal with it. I like a lot of seasoning. Got some garlic powder here from up top. There we go. You're then going to take the scallop and you're going to roll it all around the seasoning here that missed the scallop that are sitting on the plate. Side of the scallop needs to be covered in seasoning too. And then we are going to do the other side. them over. We're going to do this all over again. I think I'm good with just garlic powder on one side tonight. Just a feeling. Again, you gotta go with your gut for certain things. Seasoning is definitely one of them, and that's the type of thing that trial and error. If you found you made them too salty or not salty enough, you know for next time. All right. So these are now ready to go. We are going to get our pan ready. So, my computer. Okay, so we've got our pan here. You want just a standard non-stick pan is fine. Cast iron is actually ideal, but yeah, this is going to work. So first things first, the oil is pretty important. The only thing you have to know is just you can't really use olive oil. This pan and the oil inside it has to get extremely hot because we're going to cook these scallops at a very, very high heat for a very, very small amount of time. And if you use olive oil for that, it's going to burn. The oil will burn. You need an oil with a higher smoke point. Ideally, that would be grapeseed oil. It's perfect for searing anything because it's got one of the highest smoke points. But we don't have that. We've just got canola, and that's going to do for now, no problem. So I am turning on my stove to basically, if your high is 10, you're going to go like an 8, okay? And we're going to go ahead and dump the oil in, not too much, but enough that it covers every single part of that pan. A little more. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you just want like a thin layer of coating, and you want to make sure it gets every single spot on the base of that pan. And now we're going to wait. It should, depending on if you're gas or electric, gas goes quite faster. This is electric, so it should take about 2 to 3 minutes. The way that you know it's ready for your scallops, you'll actually start to see smoke coming out. So once you see that there's actual smoke, you're ready to go in. If you go any earlier than that, your scallops will cook, but you won't get the sear. You just won't get the color. Like I said, it's got to be as hot as possible without burning, and that is the second you see the smoke, you put them in. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's been about 3 minutes, and when you pick up the pan, swirl the oil around a little bit, you can see some smoke. You don't need to see a lot, you just need to see a little. So, we're ready to go in. We're going to take our scallops, we're going to drop them in, away from each other, and you're going to set a timer for 60 seconds, literally 1 minute. What do you do in that 1 minute? A couple of things. You don't really want to take it off the heat too much, but you can kind of manipulate that oil a little bit and just make sure, if you tilt the pan a little bit, you want to make sure that the oil is getting every part of each of the 4 scallops. That's all. You don't want to do it too much though, because again, you want that hot heat. So in about 40 seconds, we're going to flip these over, and you're going to see a really nice color on these scallops. It's going to form a bit of a crust, which gives it a bite and makes it extra delicious. In the meantime, I'm going to get a big-ass spoon, and I'm going to put butter on this spoon to give these guys a butter base. Is that necessary to cooking the perfect scallop? No, absolutely not. But is it going to make your scallop extra delicious? Oh yeah, sure will. We got about, 4 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So we're going to flip these guys over. I like using 2 forks. You don't want to use tongs because they could hurt the scallop. There you go. Exactly what we're looking for there. Beautiful. Amazing. All right. Let's set a timer for another minute, 1 minute. We're going to drop our butter in. Make sure that they stay on one side. And we're just going to let that butter mix with the oil a little bit and start basting. Tilt your pan back, start flipping butter all over those scallops. That's honestly all it takes. It's really not a hard thing to do. You've got 15 seconds left until you take these off. You're going to have a perfectly cooked scallop. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Take them off the heat. Get our plate ready. And that's that. Now you can plate these however you want. So I'm going to do something, with some mushrooms, maybe a little bacon. Mushrooms and scallops just go really nice together. But yeah, you can make it your own. I just wanted to show you how to get a perfect sear and color on a scallop without burning it. And how do you know that they're cooked? What you want to see inside, I'll go ahead and cut into one. What you want to see when you cut into this, the word we use is glistening. You want the inside of the scallop to glisten basically off the light. You don't want it to look dry because then it's overcooked. You want, if anything, you want this thing to be a little under because it's still cooking right now. It's been covered in hot butter and oil. It's still cooking. So we're going to cut into this, and that is incredible. That is absolutely amazing. That is exactly what you want. I don't know if you can see it well in the camera, but it doesn't really matter because it's so simple. As long as you do 60 seconds on each side, you're going to get the perfect scallop every time. If they're really big, sometimes you'll get those giant scallops. You maybe move it up to 80 seconds a side. If they're smaller, 45 seconds a side. But it really is that simple. So give it a try, and you'll see.